And Kennedy Mureithi was at State House, but now joins us from our newsroom. Kennedy Mureithi, this was very, very unique. Very few people who attended today's celebration. But amidst of all these things, what did you observe and what did the president talk about?
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Dennis, there in studio. And just as you said, it is a unique Labor Day here in the country and just so many other places in the world. And you must have realized that what has been happening is that even in his speech, that is the Secretary General for KOTU, that is Francis Atwoli, even say that most people are celebrating it in the world. And you know that he's a celebrated unionist all around the world with an office even in Geneva. And what we saw today is that there was only President Uhuru Kenyatta, the Cabinet Secretary for Labour, that is Simon Chelugui, the KOTU Secretary General, and the PS in the Ministry of Labour, that is PS Tum, that were there at this year's. In any other year, you would have seen thousands of Kenyans who have converged at the Uhuru Park, but it is quite different. There has, however, been a clarion call, even from the KOTU Secretary General, saying that the bracket that has been put on by President Uhuru Kenyatta, where people earning 24,000 shillings and less should get a tax relief. And KOTU wants this monies, or wants this bracket expanded to all those who are earning about 100,000 shillings and below. And according to Atwoli, he says that these are the people who are going to rebuild Kenya after we have gone through so much with regards to this COVID-19. There was also the proposal from President Uhuru Kenyatta and the worry actually that we could lose as much as 500,000 jobs. Remember, up to now, this is just over 30-something days since we announced the first case of corona. The numbers from government is that we've lost about 130,000 jobs this far. Now, these numbers could actually increase, and that is the biggest worry. But there is optimism that is coming from both the president and the unionist. This is that here, Dennis, actually, that people are not even expecting a pay rise. The only thing that most people are praying for is that, please do not sack me. And that is the clarion call from most people. As we've already seen, most companies are already in that mode whereby they are cutting salaries for their employees. And this is happening all over most sectors in this country. There has been that clarion call by President Uhuru Kenyatta that this is that time that we as Kenyans should actually come together. And if we do come together, then there is that possibility that in that unity, we will be geared towards recovery or full recovery of the economy. There is that also clarion call from the president that this is the time to build Kenya, to buy Kenya and build Kenya. It does not care what it is. He says that that face mask that you're buying from Kitui is as good as any other mask that is coming from any part of this country. There is the cars, there is Kenyans who are being urged to even visit these parks after this pandemic is over. But also there is that thing that President Uhuru Kenyatta said, that it is not time for us as Kenyans and mostly the politicians to come and just pelt and engage in petty politics, if I might quote him. And President Uhuru Kenyatta was very categorical that this is the time that Kenyans should come together, be it any leader from any walk of life. Remember also President Uhuru Kenyatta even questioning the spending of money from the Ministry of Health. And with regards to this Ministry of Health, President Uhuru Kenyatta has given an assurance that any single coin that has been put either from the government or from well-wishers will be audited to the last coin. There have been concerns that as much as 1 billion shillings has been used with regards to spending money, and even 70 million shillings on media on a daily basis. So there have been those concerns, and President Uhuru Kenyatta has taken time to address such concerns, saying that that money will be audited. He has also defended his move to give flowers to the UK nurses and those people on the front line, saying that any time that this pandemic is over, those countries that we've given flowers to, the first thing they will remember is that Kenya stood with us, and if we need to buy anything, then we will buy from them. But it was not also devoid of politics, Dennis. And there's this part just before I return to you. And Atwoli was very categorical that he would want to see this pandemic behind Kenyans so that we could get back to BBI talk. He has spoken so much with regards to politics politics and those players in politics. And in these statements, those people like me who have been covering Atwoli for quite some time know that he was hitting out at Deputy President William Ruto in almost all his attacks when he was talking on this Labor Day. And he has actually even said that he will not want to see the relationship between President Uhuru Kenyatta and opposition leader Raila Odinga broken. So these are some of the issues that have come up, but we are preparing an elaborate bulletin later for 7 and 9 o'clock. But right now, this is what President Uhuru Kenyatta said at that Labor Day celebration at State House, Nairobi.
As a government, we are working to flatten the corona curve. But fundamentally, I want us also to work together to flatten and crush the curve of joblessness. And this, fellow Kenyans, we will do and we shall do together. Over the coming weeks, I will give some practical directions on post-COVID-19 pandemic social economic recovery strategies. And on this, we shall work together with all the leaders of our land, because this is a moment that requires each and every one of us. I want to assure the workers that we have their back, and I will do everything to protect them from the economic downturn, but also from political opportunists who feed their ambitions on the misery of workers. Fellow Kenyans, I do believe tutakomesha corona na tutatoka kwa hii janga na uchumi wetu utarudi.
Well, Dennis, that is the clarion call from President Uhuru Kenyatta. Ana uhakika kuwa tutakomesha corona. And that is the clarion call that we are being called upon as Kenyans to flatten this curve, as it is one of those diseases that we are very fearing. But I know we are going to have so many stories on this. Yesterday we had another on Kawangware and the dangers that lie therein. But this is something that President Uhuru Kenyatta is very confident that we will rebound back as a country if we have those concerted efforts. Back to you, Dennis.